5 years ago, we all went home. Not on leave, not on holiday, just home.
More than 3 billion people in almost 70 countries and territories have been asked to stay at home.
You must stay at home.
We're asking everyone to work at home if possible.
So that is encouraged, strongly encouraged to work from home.
It was the biggest workplace experiment in history, and no one volunteered for it. But the world kept on turning. And here's the strangest part. Productivity didn't wane, it increased. By a lot. Let's go back a bit. Before the pandemic, if you had an office job, you worked in an office. It's where you spent the bulk of your day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Quite often even more than that. Over the course of your career, you spent about 10,000 days there. You ate 5,000 meals there, drank 15,000 litres of water there, took 30,000 bathroom breaks there, and clocked up around 300,000 kilometres getting there and back. You spent more time there with your co-workers than you did with your own family. And that was normal, until it wasn't.
Sydney CBD has become a virtual ghost town with so many working from home. Economists now believe this may well become a permanent shift, leading some to predict a major increase in vacant office space.
By mid-2020, nearly 40% of Australians were working from home, up from just 8% before the pandemic. The workplace changed from this to this. The commute disappeared, and in its place, morning walks, pancakes with the kids, or an extra hour of sleep. Water cooler chats became Slack threads. And that wasted idle office time, you know what I'm talking about, became golden opportunities to catch up on housework before the weekend even started. And importantly, working from home became an opportunity for many to approach their work with more focus, less distraction. Suddenly, the scales of work and life felt a little more balanced. And as the months of this new paradigm turned into years, people reshaped their lives around this new normal. But not everybody was on board.
The majority of CEOs from companies around Australia are tonight sounding the death knell of working from home.
The P word is productivity. There's a real economic reason why the Premier wants to get people back to the office.
Productivity. It's not just a buzzword, it's the metric that drives everything. It's why the Australian Government Productivity Commission prepared this report into how Australian productivity fared before, during and after the pandemic. Let's take a look at it. This graph from the report charts productivity from the end of 2013 to mid-2024. From 2013 to 2016, there was mild but steady growth, followed by a period of stagnation, right up until the beginning of 2020. And here's where things get interesting. The graph breaks down the next few years into 3 phases. Phase 1 is the reallocation phase. When the pandemic hit, much of the economy shut down, especially lower productivity sectors like retail and tourism. What was left were mostly high productivity jobs, so it looked like productivity jumped, not because people were working harder, but because the least productive work wasn't being counted. Then there's phase 2, the productivity gain phase from mid-2020 to early 2022. This is the part that matters. As the economy reopened and working from home became normalised, productivity didn't fall, it climbed. With fewer commutes, quieter work environments and greater flexibility, many knowledge workers were simply getting more done. And finally, phase 3, productivity loss phase. This was the period many companies began mandating return to office policies. This is where productivity falls off a cliff, right the way back down to its pre-pandemic level. It's a telling graph, and this trend has been replicated around the world. So what can we learn from all this? Working from home, whether full-time or hybrid, did not harm productivity. In fact, during the height of remote work, it surged. And while the reasons are complex, one thing is clear. Returning to the old ways hasn't made us more productive. In many cases, it's done the opposite. Yes, there's still tension. Some employers want people back at their desks. Some workers want to keep the freedom they found. So what's emerging is a compromise. Hybrid work. A few days in the office, a few days wherever you work best. It's not a fad, it's not a phase. It's a structural shift in the way we think about work and how work fits into our lives. Because this was never just about laptops and Zoom calls. It's about time, autonomy, trust. The pandemic didn't destroy the office, it just exposed a truth. We were never as bound to it as we thought. And now that we've seen a different way, a way that works, there's no going back. The future of work isn't about location, it's about choice.